I could see us smashing a bottle of this back neat around a campfire on a guy's weekend fishing or something. I mean, for $40, I don't care.
Yeah.
It floats.
And it floats. It's plastic, so you're not going to break it or break any rules on the beach, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
What is up, folks?
Hey guys, it is Scotch for Dummies.
4 guys in a Scotch journey to help you with your next Scotch purchase.
I don't know, man.
Is it gonna
We're
be
super
this?
excited, as you can see.
We've been asked to do this, wanted to do this whiskey for a long time. It's not the one I really want to do. I want to do the regular VAT 69. This is VAT 69 Gold. But why do I want to do VAT 69 is because it's been made popular by Band of Brothers. It was a pretty popular blend back in the day. I mean, this goes back before Scotch really became popular, to be honest with you, here in the States. But Captain Nixon from Band of Brothers really had a fondness for the VAT 69, and he went through a lot in his European campaign. But anyway, I'm anxious to get into this just to see what it really is. It's 40% ABV. It's blended.
$30
For a 175. Like $40 for a 175.
Good news.
So.
Can't break that bottle.
No.
Nope.
She's
You
plastic.
might like
baby.
it. It's plastic.
It may be great. I
Now,
love the plastic handle. It's good stuff.
I would like to, after we do this review, I'd like to find an old bottle
I would too.
to review because the older blends are a whole different deal.
Oh,
but
Different ballgame.
let's review this one first and see what we've got. So 40%, we're gonna guess non-chill filtering.
Yeah, it's a blended. It's a blended Scotch whiskey. It's probably chill filtered. It is a Diageo blend, so it comes from the Diageo family of fine distillers.
So we're gonna have some grain in there.
Yep.
There's probably some E150 in there.
Probably a lot
Just
of grain in
think, just envision Band of Brothers when you're drinking.
there. Right.
Let's get
It's
into
a
this and see
non-aged
what we
David.
got
Let's
in
hit
here.
it.
All right, to the nose.
Probably not designed for sipping whiskey.
All right, okay. Lemongrass, right out of the gate, and soap. That's my two
So
things.
I
Yeah.
got you there.
Yeah.
So I did get some apple on it though.
You did.
That's a young grain.
Like green apple, like a very ripe.
A little bit of linden, quite honestly.
Actually, now that the grain nose is kind of wafting off, there's a little bit more going on to this whiskey than
There's
I
some
thought.
earthiness undertone to it. There's a base in there.
You're right.
Yeah,
you get past that peel, and then you get some other things going on a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit that. Let's hit the
To the palate.
There's not much E150 in there.
Well, that's 40. That is 40.
I'll tell you what, this is actually sweeter than I thought
Way
on the nose.
sweeter.
Like way sweeter.
I would say the grain, the harshness of a grain that I was afraid of wasn't there.
It's there, but not like you're right. Not harsh at all.
Maybe
compared to
not
the
as much
nose.
E150, more sweet and low.
Is it weird that it's this sweet?
I don't
Okay,
know.
maybe.
I don't know. Why is it that sweet? It's a lot sweeter than I
I
anticipated.
mean, I know you're kind of. It does feel almost artificially sweeter, but
It does.
but it doesn't taste like saccharin or anything like that.
No,
but it is sweet, and it's not. I think it's interesting because it took me by surprise because I was expecting to come in this with like a harsh grain and bitterness. It's not. It's pretty smooth.
Or just a whiskey that just didn't really have anything on the palate at all. Like that's what I expected when I smelled it the first time.
There's definitely no maltiness to it.
Not really.
This isn't a whiskey you're sniffing.
No, the palate is way better than the nose.
I would
for
beg
sure.
to differ though, because I think it's more like a Highland style. Like it's got some sweeter, fruitier notes to it. Like the second sip that I took, the sweetness kind of tamed down, and I got more of that lemon and like
Water.
like I don't know, white pear and
Yeah,
Actually,
things like that.
wow.
Like light.
the finish is actually coming out a little bit nicer now.
So yeah, just a little bit.
And actually I just had my second sip too, and it's almost more honey coming than what I had before. The palate is not bad at all.
No.
This is now your everyday sipping whiskey. I mean, it doesn't have the rich power of a sherry finish or anything like that. But it's tasty. It's great for a mixer. It's great for a blender.
Yes.
It's got enough flavor that, like a Scotch and soda, you would still taste the whiskey through it.
Club soda or maybe even some ginger ale on this would probably be really good.
Yep. Ginger ale might overpower it.
I think
What kind of price are we looking at for
$30.
Well,
for
it's-
the handle?
It's like $40 for a 175.
Okay.
I think it's
Okay.
$39.99, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
That seems pretty reasonable.
It's pretty cheap.
I mean, look at what you're.
Water did tame it down on the nose,
the
but it's
the
40%.
nose-
I expect it.
I don't like the nose on this at all.
I'm gonna shoot from the hip on this one.
Go.
All right. So here's the deal. This is not a whiskey that's made to probably be drank neat. It's more of a Scotch and soda whiskey or a drown your troubles kind of whiskey, which is fine. Like we need those too, right? But $40, you get a 1.75 liter bottle. This is for a blend, very approachable. Like I'm not really like I wasn't super fond of the nose, but on the palate, neat and with water, it's pretty easy to drink. Like there's nothing wrong with this whiskey at all. And it's better than some of the other blends in the same like price point that I would say.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a solid 2. And I did not think I was going to do that when I came onto this review, but it's actually a pretty well put together whiskey for what it's worth.
Mark?
All right. I agree with the number, but I'll add a few more things to it. So the water actually tamed down the grain nose for me a little bit more, and it made it more enjoyable on the nose. It's coming around, but at 40%, I'm probably not going to water it down because that just takes it down too low for me. But I could see us smashing a bottle of this back and neat around a campfire on a guy's weekend fishing or something. I mean, for $40, I don't care.
It floats.
And it floats. It's plastic, so you're not going to break it or break any rules on the beach, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But has a built-in pourer.
It does.
Got to get it too.
Oh, I hate that.
Honestly, it's better than I thought it was going to come in at.
Expectations?
Expectations. Yes, I was coming in here and it came in here, so it's a lot more solid than I thought it was going to be. It's not horrible. It's 2.
So
it's a solid.
it's a 2. So I don't give it a solid 2. I was trying to think. The ones that I've given a 1.5, that's like the White Walker, which is really harsh and acrid. The nose on this is not good, but the palate is pleasant. It's smooth. It's light. It's sweet. It's not complex. So it's probably a weak 2 for me, but I'm gonna say it didn't offend me. So yeah, it's a 2.
I mean, honestly, fair. I mean, you guys are all right. I'm right there with you. I'm going to give it a 2 as well because it definitely it raised my expectations from what I thought. I mean, I came in this, especially with the nose, going, well, this is not going to be good. I said soap, guys. I said soap.
Yeah, and I said
the nose is not good.
But the palate's actually pretty good. Here's another thing I think about with this. Imagine putting this into a blind with some other things. It would do okay.
No.
I mean, I think it would do okay against some other. Okay.
No, I think
throw it in there.
I think you might be
Doers and
surprised.
Chivas, I think they have much more complexity to them. They're a sweeter nose. Yeah.
I think
This doesn't have
trick
enough
you.
malt.
I see someone's next 60-second blind.
Oh no.
Oh boy, solid 2 for me as well. I think it's 2s all the way
2s
around.
all around?
Easy math.
I can do
2.0.
There you go.
Cheers to
Cool,
that.
man, that was fun.
That 69. Gold.
2,
Cheers.
1.